Hello! Get ready with me today as I talk about everything that I buy from Japan. I go back to Japan about twice a year, and every time I go back, there are a few things that I always buy, whether that's just the quality or the price. Right now, the yen is still pretty weak. There are just also a few things that I feel like you can't find here in America. Or if they are here in America, it's really expensive, and it's just not something I want to spend my money on. So before you go, I would say definitely go in with an attack plan, especially when you're traveling with other people where you end up getting lost in a store, metaphorically, for hours. You're just super overwhelmed. There's so much in stock. Prices are unmatched. There's a lot of decision paralysis that I usually face and I've seen my friends face, and it's definitely not something that you want to do, especially if this is not your first time going to Japan. So usually a few weeks before my actual trip, what I'll do is start making a list of things that the house needs, some makeup that I feel like I'm running low on, something I want to try, and I'll do my best just to memo everything. And then I also sort everything by type of item, so whether that's home goods, clothing, accessories, makeup. The great thing about Japan is that they have so many specialty stores. My nuface is actually terrible, so I can only really get one half of my face until this thing freaks out on me and doesn't actually work. And it's not that the battery isn't charged, because it is charged. It's just like in 15 minutes, this thing is going to work totally normal. It just stops working after I do one half of my face. Anyway, the nice thing about Japan is that they have a ton of specialty stores that we all know and love. Muji, Uniqlo, sometimes even GU, except it's just massive, way more massive than you could even imagine. They are multi-floor and they just have a wider selection of everything that is offered here in America. So when you go, make sure you have extra room in your luggage. Obviously, the point of shopping there is because it's efficient and it's way cheaper, and you don't want to get struck with an overweight baggage fee because it's so expensive. It just cancels out all the savings that you've done. So don't forget your passport. They have a really smooth and easy tax-free policy. You just have to spend over 5,000 yen, which used to be around $50, but now it's probably around high 30s, low 40s US dollars. And all you need to do is at the end of the purchase, you show the cashier your passport and then they'll waive the tax right there. If you're going into big department stores, usually they'll have a separate cash register where you check out. They do the process there. Just make sure that when you check out, you ask beforehand, because they ring everything up and then deduct the tax. Versus I know in Europe, you're just showing them the receipt and then you get a separate form. But the receipt that you'll receive in Japan has all the tax deducted already. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Okay, so the first thing that you should get is definitely makeup. So this is the makeup stuff I always get from Japan. This is like a concealer. They sell this everywhere. It ranges anywhere from 500 to 800 yen, depending on the store that you go. It's super great coverage. Unfortunately, they don't have a huge range of shades, but I've seen people use this as an under base concealer or brightening or some sort because it just has really good coverage. Something else I always buy are these eyebrow pencils from Daiso. I feel like there was a time in my life where I spent $20 on Anastasia eyebrow pencils every 3 months, and Sephora was just taking all of my money, which is fine. I still love Sephora and I love everything that they carry, but I just find that when I can spend $1 less on an eyebrow pencil literally just to fill out my eyebrows and not do anything crazy, I would much rather just stays on throughout the day, makes my eyebrows darker. It's fine for $1. It's fine. The second thing I always get from Japan only is anything mascara related. So for example, this eyelash curler, just picked it up from a beauty store. It was anywhere between 600 and 800 yen, which is around $5 to $8, but it has this really nice bounce. It's also comparable to the Sheumera eyelash curler. I feel like I can't really go back to the Sheumera one. It's fine. This is great. I could never get this kind of lift if I were just using a normal eyelash curler. And then I also picked up this mascara. It's called Eye Edition Mascara Base. It says it's just a base, but I always just use it. I use this and I don't know what it is, but the formula has these little like hairs on them. And I thought it was really weird when I first looked at the tester, but I feel like the hairs make the eyelashes bigger, or it adds eyelashes to your own. It could also just be my eyelashes that are stuck on the brush. And I used to use a Dior Show waterproof mascara that was like super intense, but I felt like that was the only thing that could actually hold the curl while giving me volume and length. That was a time where I was spending $40 on mascara and I just didn't have that kind of money. I feel like it's pretty good. I'm gonna do the other one here, get that clamped right here, and here we are. There was also a time where I was totally obsessed with this one eyelash tutorial by that girl. Ugh, I totally oh, Sachu? Is that how you say her name? She makes all the lip liners now, but she had this incredible holy grail Asian mascara eyelash lifting video. I did her routine all the time, where she would use a Shea Umera eyelash curler and then use the Mel, which is also a Japanese brand, base, and then on top of that using whatever traditional mascara you usually use. In total, super quick $15 mascara. But yeah, my makeup routine is really not that intense. It's literally just those two things. And then another thing I always get is sunscreen. Usually I get the biore in the blue tube. I really like how it's liquidy and water-based and easy to spread, but I recently bought this on my trip to Korea, and I know they also sell this in Japan for a lot cheaper than you can buy it here in the States. I just have been seeing it everywhere and I want to try it. The matte stick, it's good. I'm not like obsessed with it because I feel like as I rub it across my skin, it takes off a lot of my makeup or the stuff that I just put on my skin just from the friction. And I don't think that's true at all, but something about it just makes me feel that way. But yeah, that's it. Pretty simple. It's fine. Some other things that I always buy. Whenever I go to Muji, I always get these interior fragrance oils. This is my favorite scent. I put it in my bathroom, and then every time people come over, they're like, I love this scent in your bathroom. But it comes with this like really tight screw off, screw on cap. And then also you have to get these sticks as well. The more sticks you put in the diffuser, the stronger the smell is. I will also say that it actually depletes pretty quickly, surprisingly. When I don't have guests over, I usually will just seal it up or only put one of the sticks in. Something I also always pick up is nail polish. I always get anything canmake. Really cheap, pretty decent quality. It's available at basically every drugstore. Japan also has really beautiful press-on nails. If you're into that, these specific ones aren't from Japan, but if you go to Donki, they offer very similar styles for about 1,000 to 1,500 yen, which is anywhere right now from $8 to $10. I get this hair balm. This hair balm is actually amazing. I couldn't find my open one to show you, but basically when you put your hair up and you have all these flyaways, take the balm and then pull it, and it's similar to just like a hair wax, and it keeps all your flyaways down. That's basically everything I get from Japan when I go back. I know it's nothing crazy, but it's always nice to just save a couple dollars when I'm going there anyway. There's such small items that I always buy multiple colors or multiple scents, so I can really try everything to figure out what I want when I go back. Versus here, I feel like just buying one individual item is generally costs 2 to 3 times the amount, so I'm not buying as many at once. But yeah, hopefully this helps, and enjoy your trip.